Década de los 60. Ecuador daba sus primeros pasos para entrar en el mundo petrolero y Texaco fue la compañía. 20 años de operación y en medio el peor desastre ambiental de toda la historia. Construyeron sin ninguna técnica, alguno, 900 piscinas a cielo abierto. Vertieron 19.000 millones de galones de residuos. Derramaron 17 millones de galones de petróleo en las 11 millones de hectáreas que operó Texaco, hoy convertida en la petrolera Chevron. Para maximizarse, decidió no utilizar técnicas de cuidado ambiental, desechando en la superficie miles de millones de galones de agua conteniendo químicos extremadamente tóxicos y cancerígenos. Más de 30.000 hectáreas afectadas y varias comunidades indígenas y colonos con graves efectos de tal contaminación.
Oil extraction typically begins when a well is drilled and pits are created for the temporary storage of oil waste. The pits are lined with industrial tarp, which acts as a highly resistant membrane with puncture and tear resistance designed for heavy weight, liquid, and extreme temperatures. The tarp prevents oil waste toxins from seeping into the ground. While extracting crude oil, the drilling muds, toxic oil waste, and chemical lubricants are stored in the lined pits. In the separation station, crude oil is refined, and the remaining toxic water, what in the oil industry is known as produced water, is re-injected into the ground. When the drilling is complete, the oil sludge is disposed of and the pit is refilled, restoring the site to its natural state. This is what Chevron did in the Ecuadorian Amazon, one of the most fragile and biodiverse ecosystems in the world that is home to 5 indigenous groups. Chevron chose not to re-inject toxic produced water into the ground. Instead, the company installed pipes to drain the toxic wastewater into rivers and streams. And Chevron chose not to line its waste pits the way it had done in the United States, allowing toxins to seep into the soils and contaminate groundwater often relied on by local inhabitants for their drinking water. And rather than properly dispose of the toxic sludge in the unlined pits, Chevron chose to leave it there. The company installed pipes to transport the sludge and contaminated rainwater into nearby streams. Rather than capture the toxic natural gas during extraction, Chevron burned off the gases, a process known as flaring, producing huge flames and releasing dioxins into the environment. This blatant pollution and destruction took place right in the backyards of the indigenous peoples of Ecuador. The damage done by Chevron is evident and widespread, with hundreds of wells and toxic pits spread out over an area of 1,500 square miles, roughly the size of the U.S. state of Rhode Island.